I'm going to use a text block. I'm going to right-click the text control, choose text block, and drag one out in the bottom right corner of my grid. Whenever a text block is created, by default, Blend thinks that you want to put text into it. I'm just going to press Escape because the text that is going to be placed in the text block is going to be specified in the data binding. I need to clear my search, and I need to look for the text property. I'm now going to click the property marker and data bind it. This time I'm going to choose the third tab, the explicit data context. Now, whatever property I choose is going to be bound to the data context, which, if you remember from the previous step, is bound to the selected item in the list box. So now when I expand my fields, I see the same tree of elements, but this time I'm going to select the price. When I click Finish, that text block's text is bound to the price of the currently selected item. When I press F5, you'll see that as I select an item, the text of that text block is filled in for me based on the currently selected product. I'm going to close this window. In this case, I created a text block and bound the text to it. Another field that I could add is the images. I'm going to go into my asset library and I'm going to search for an image control. I'm going to click that and drag one out. I'm going to data bind the source of my image the same way that we bound the text of the text block. I'm again going to go to the explicit data context, expand my sections, my extras, my extra array, and choose the image string. I'm going to click Finish and press F5. When I click a project this time, though, the image does not update. Let's take a look at the text of the XML file and see if we can figure out why that happened. When I edit the XML file, you'll see that the image is a relative path to an images folder showing my graphics. So I need to add these to my project so that they'll show up. The images are in a separate folder for images, so I first need to right-click the project and choose New Folder and name it Images. I just click the folder, and within a moment I can type the new name. In that folder, I'm going to right-click, Add Existing Item, and in the Lesson 5 directory are the 8 products that I need. I can shift-click to add all the products at once, and since I chose the Images folder when I said Add New Item, all of these will go into the Images folder like I wanted. So now when I press F5, when I select an item from the product list, the image for that item shows up as well. I'm still not showing the description for the image, so I'm going to add one more text block. I'm going to add this one above my existing image and press Escape because it automatically puts me in text edit mode. Switch over to my Properties tab and bind its text one more time. This time binding to the description. Finally, when I press F5, the text is displayed. In this case, my text is clipped off, so I need to adjust the height of my 2 elements. So I'm going to select my image with the selection tool, bring it down a little bit, and expand my description box as well. Now when I press F5, my project comes up, and you'll see that it's done. And that's it for data binding.